It's Rover time. What have I got planned today? Earlier in the week, I went out to try and adjust the glove boxes because I'm not really very happy with the way that these happen to fit. A bit frustrating. On this side, I ended up putting a new plate on there, but mainly the reason why I can't get a good alignment despite adjusting brackets and things like that is because under here are lots of hoses and lots of wires, and I think when the car was rebuilt 20 odd years ago and then put back together again, or maybe since then, I don't know, they kind of been put all back in a bit of a higgledy-piggledy fashion, and the only way that this glove box will then sit is on the bracket furthest forward and with the lowest drop. So I think if I'm going to sort that out, really what I'm looking to do is basically unplug everything and then tidy it all up and plug it together. I did have a go during the week, but it didn't really do much at all. However, on the passenger side, where I've still got a bit of a drop and a bit of a gap going on, I mean, one of the big sort of issues really is that that switch there should do a courtesy light, and of course can't get any closure on it or anything like that, so I can't really put a light in there. That's a bit of a shame really. Today I'm going to in there in the corner there's going to be a bracket. I'm going to end up undoing that, fiddling around, see if we can get some better fitment. This one on the other hand, the other thing that I found as well is the rails bent on it. I have I have had delivered another eBay part. Unfortunately, the car that it must have come from must have been rather, I don't know, sitting with the door open or something. It's a bit rusty, but it will be a good opportunity for me to be able to strip it down or sand it down, prime it and spray it, which I've never done before. And I need to do that because I need to learn to do that because my door frames are rusty and not particularly nice at all. I mean, that's just surface rust at the end of the day, but it'd be a good skill to have. So, yeah, let's start playing with that door. Not door, what am I talking about? With that glove box. I think in trying to take this off, I don't think I've taken this off before. Looking at the bolts, there we go. They're kind of hidden behind the glove box, which I've not had to access before. Had no reason to. So I got the glove box off. What can I see? I can see things like this big box here. I think that's for the air conditioning. Here's the rail that the glove box sits on, and there's the bracket. I'll point with this. There's the bracket that it clips on, and I'm going to clips on, holds on to the car. That's adjustable, so I'm going to adjust that. Various wires, and then we've got heater matrix here, or heater. So there's a pipe there that's a bit wet, which is a little bit concerning. Got pipes where we're looking at there that are going, you probably can't see that, they're going into the heater. Yeah, there's the wet pipes, and this is all heater gubbins behind this blue bit of trim. And we've got the radio antenna sort of going into there. In this video, I have loosened the bracket that's holding the glove box, and moments ago I just tightened it up in this kind of angle, so it's up and pointing. See if it would actually close the gap. It didn't really do very much. What I'm contemplating on that side is we've got a couple of bolts there as well. I'm going to investigate how this side is held up, see if there's a similar adjustment story there. I think if I end up taking the rail off, I think I might then go exploring what's going on with that pipe, as it's a little bit concerning. Okay, yeah, there we go. Look, that's very adjustable there indeed. So I reckon the two together probably get some better fitment. with that in mind, I'm going to play around with that a bit later. I'm going to take this rail off and I'm going to see what's going on behind it. Probably get this carpet off as well, just to see what's happening. Bit of a dismantle is coming along. These vents down here held in with these little poppers. So take them out, this vent should come off. That one should have been screwed in, but it just came off in my hands. Such is life. Investigate why that might be. Starting to get better access to that. That's looking a bit nasty. Find out more about what it is in a bit. Whilst I'm doing this, it's a good opportunity to check the state of the car. And with the carpet back, you can see that actually there's no rust here, which is good. Just a lot of dirt, which is nice. Now it is a little bit. I can detect a tiny bit of moisture back here, caused by this dripping part here, and it's where it's going into the heater matrix. Looks quite corroded there. I give that up. I'm going to take this part off, which is above it. We'll see again if I can get that a little bit closer. Right, I've got good access. I can see that pipe. I can see we've got, this one's corroded quite clearly, and there's a good pipe there. I wouldn't know whether, I know there's a heater matrix around here somewhere. Those pipes, are they the ones that go to the bulkhead? Do they go to the bulkhead and then they pop out and then go to the manifold, and in and then out? I can see I've got one really good one. That looks really nice. That one's not looking very pleasant at all. Yeah, I mean, is that, does the matrix live inside? Is that what it is? You know what that bracket is? These look like vacuum hoses. Are these vacuum hoses? We're looking at there, like vacuum hoses. And I know we've got vacuum leak, and the vacuum tank is, well, the vacuum that probably has to go to this box. The vacuum tank itself is in the sort of top left, sort of that area there of the car. And these are quite soft and squidgy. They go up. And what do? Do they go up and they come down again into the car? I don't know. That I have a feeling is the trip computer. Okay, so I need to find out what's going on with that hose there. Have I heard on the internet where people have cut those out, replaced them, potentially even in situ maybe, cut it off there, and then joined it with some sort of flexi pipe. I don't know how much of an idea that is, or a good idea. It's going to be beyond my capability anyway. I'm getting quite how would you say it? Quite ambitious, confident with the car, but I don't fancy trying to mess around with something like that. It's beyond my skill. Okay, well, I did start just looking for a way of sorting the glove box out, and I found another problem, but hey, never mind. It's not disastrous. It's moist, but it's not wet. I think the floor is only wet because I've let it sort of drip a bit of water on there. Okay, I'm going to poke around a little bit more and then get it all back together again. Hello.
What's his name?
Right, I've become like a thing possessed with the car right now. Just taking bits apart while I happen to be here. So what have I done? This cigarette lighter never lit up, never worked. Turns out these panels are held in with a couple of pins on the underside, and I've put that back on. It was disconnected. The black wire going into it was disconnected. I don't know why that might be the case. In taking this off, all these pins that are on the underside of where's it gone? Oh, there's the surround for the gear stick. Have clearly broken off in the past, and just removing them, like I've removed that one with some pliers, you can see that they've, well, I mean they've got bits of glue debris on them, so they've clearly come off in the past. So I think before I put that back on, I'm going to what am I going to do? I'm going to glue them back on. It is all kind of in preparation, because I think this part is going to have to come off. I'm taking the look to see how the stereo comes out. Yeah, sort of taking this apart and just seeing you know, what's kind of going on really. But it'd be nice to have power to that. Charge my phone when I'm driving. So yeah, I'm going to remove these pins, and then I'm going to investigate sticking them back on. So these two here, there's one here, there's one there, and these are well stuck in. So why I overcame that was to try and attack them from the underside. So I've got this door card tool, helps pop the bits on there. So that one under there, applying some pressure onto the plastic as well. So I'm not actually bending the plastic, I'm actually putting pressure on the pin that's inside, and the same again over there. Alright, so I'm putting the car back together again. I'm tidying things up, and this little notch here that closes the I don't know, cassette case has snapped, or it snapped ages ago. I got a little bit of super glue. I don't know if this is actually still good. It's a little bit crusty, it seems. I thought what I might do is just get a bit of super glue in there. See if I can sort that out. Hold that for just now. I've been helped by my little mechanics mate.
Yeah, hi.
Seb's here to help. Suddenly become a bit interesting what I'm up to. Okay, so that's holding there. I'll leave that to go off, and hopefully that will hold. No, it's not. I'm going to hold that in place. I do have a habit of super gluing myself to things, but hopefully not today.
So, my daddy's about to glue some pins on. I hope he doesn't super glue himself again.
Right, up here, because I'm putting the car back together again now. And I've previously said that I could hear rushing air. That's vacuum, and that is clearly snapped off something. The question is, what is it snapped off? This actuator there has a vacuum pipe going into it, which I can see there. Does it have two? Is there another one somewhere else I'm not aware of? So that's another question for the forum when this gets posted. Back looking at this actuator again, I can feel on the top there's a little nodule, and it feels snapped at one side, and it feels like that end there. Oh, Seb's wriggling around on the car, making it bounce up and down. It feels like that, you can't really see this, would actually sit into that space there, which would make these flaps work. And for some reason in this car, you can only get the front the front vents, which being an aircon model, it blows hot and cold air, but you can only get those vents to blow, well, they blow cold air. Once you've actually made them blow cold air, you can then switch it to hot air, but it won't otherwise move. So I reckon that's probably the source of that. So in a future video, I'll probably get that off and then unplug the vacuum and then try and glue it back on in some way, shape or form. But it'd be nice to get heating, well, I say heating work, I mean it's leaking, but it'd be nice to get the vacuum going again. So I'll go in again. I managed to get some vacuum going about 2 years ago, but we'll see how far I get.
Hi.
after all that, so I've had a good few hours poking around and exploring the car and got an idea for another job or two that I need to do. Need to find some information. That's, you know, not better. That now comes off, which is not great. That, when I've finished charging the battery, because I did a maintenance charge on it, I'm going to see if that works. And if that works, then there's maybe a small win. I found where the vacuum leak is. I found that the heating itself is leaking, so I don't know. Well, Seb thinks it's amazing.
Great
but,
work.
yeah, but a bit painful, really.
Nice try.
He's being positive, which is nice. I've taught him well. Yeah, so yeah, thumbs up from the Seb. Okay, right. So yeah, till the next video. Bye.